Hi, and welcome to my home. My name is Annika, and I'm the founder here at Mummy Made This, a company I founded back in 2020, just before lockdown. And my mission is to make parents' lives that little bit easier by sharing with you the things that do and don't work in my family. I really want to keep things real and build a community around like-minded parents that's supportive and a safe space for us to share the trials and tribulations of being a parent. So that's what this Monday evening parenting conversation is all about. I have recently started doing these on Facebook and on my YouTube channel, both at Mummy Made This. And the idea is that on a Monday evening from 8 o'clock, I share with you sort of 10, 15 minutes max of something, a topic that I have been going through for that week, that previous week. So something that I have maybe struggled with that week, or activity ideas for you to try out, things that I've done with my children that have worked or that haven't worked. Yeah, it could be book reviews of books that I've read, or things that you write in and you ask me to cover. It really can be any topic that we as parents face, I guess. So as you might appreciate, obviously some topics will be perfect for you one week, and then the next week I might be talking about something that really doesn't bother you that much, or that you haven't come across, or that isn't useful, and that is totally fine. I encourage you to keep checking in, because the next week's topics after the one that wasn't so good for you may be exactly what you need for that week. And I also encourage you to contribute as part of this community. Email me at annika@mummymadethis.co.uk with any ideas or thoughts that you might have that could help fellow parents, really. The latest group of videos that I've been doing are all about ideas and activities to do with the children that are slightly different. So I've tried my best to pick out a couple that aren't the bog standard things that you might do with the kids. So last week was all about making homemade Play-Doh, and the lessons, I guess, I learned doing that. This week I am making a snow globe. I have made a snow globe with my children because they absolutely love, especially my daughter loves the whole idea of just watching the sparkles snow down onto her little figurines that we've put into the snow globe. And so I thought it's about time I made something like that myself, and tried to figure out how I can do that rather than them obviously buying them in the shop. So today's video is all about the sharing with you the recipe for that, and then the trials and tribulations around us making this snow globe. And then every Wednesday I write a blog summarizing the video basically, and giving you a written way of digesting that content. So I know some people prefer written to video content, so that works for them more, but you'd also have there the recipe that you can print out, and any lessons learned and tips as I've gone through whatever activity I've done. So yeah, the aim really is to give you a boost or a giggle or a virtual hug on a Monday evening, and yeah, maybe give you some ideas for what you can do to keep you busy and your kids busy, and you sane for the week to come. So as I say, today's session is all about making a snow globe. So I'll just read you the recipes, or the things that you will need. A clean jam jar, then some kind of figure, some waterproof figure that you want to use, or the children want to use in their snow globe, and that you glue onto the bottom of the jam jar. Then some strong clear glue. I used, what's it called? Basically, Gorilla, is it? That Gorilla Glue, the really, really strong stuff. Yeah, that dries really quickly as well. So I used that glue. Obviously didn't let the kids go anywhere near that. I did that bit. Then you needed some glycerin, and that was surprisingly easy to get hold of. I literally just went to Tesco's and got it in the baking aisle. And then some glitter. And again, I went to, I think, the pound shop to get a bag of glitter. And then we just, yeah, they picked the color. I've got the glitter here. Hang on. So yeah, this is the different glitter things that I used, and yeah, the kids just picked the color that they wanted, and we put that in. So before you, the thing that I must say was quite tricky, trickier than I thought it would be, was finding the figure that the children actually want to stick into the jar. So obviously it needed to be something that they thought was pretty, or that they liked, because they wanted to be able to look at the jar regularly, or their snow globe regularly, but not something that they love so much that once you've glued it into the jar, they want it back again. So that was quite a challenge to find something that meets those criteria. We ended up going with a figure from a previous, what do you call it, those eggs, my brain is not working very well this evening, Kinder Surprise eggs. So we ended up going for one of those figures and a little glass pebble that we stuck in the bottom of the jar. So that was good. I literally put the glue on the bottom of the figure and then put it in the jar, in the bottom. And that was then the next challenge. My fingers were quite, the opening of the jar was quite tight. So to get to the bottom of the actual jar, and glue the figure and keep it still while the glue dried, or at least balance it so that the figure isn't wonky, that was pretty tricky. But once we'd solved those two problems, then the figure really did, or it all glued really quite quickly. I'd say 20 minutes maybe max, and then we were able to go on to the next step, which obviously was the exciting bit for the children. So the next step then is that you put 2 to 3 tablespoons, I think it says, yes, yeah, of glycerin into the jar, which we did, and then you slowly top it up with water, but you have to make sure you leave a gap at the top of the jar so that you can then shake it and turn it over, and then at the end you add a teaspoon, or we put a tube of the glitter into the top, and then you mix it. And then in the recipe that I had found, you then actually glue the lid onto the jar. I didn't even do that. I literally just screwed it back on, and then I tested it, obviously, that it didn't leak, and I turned it upside down, and that was all good. So it was really straightforward and simple to make. The kids had a lot of fun. They still love looking at it. The one thing I will say, and maybe this time I did follow the recipe, for those of you that missed the video on last Monday about the Play-Doh, slight mishap there, and I think that's in part because I didn't follow the recipe, but today I did follow the recipe, or this week I did follow the recipe, but still I will show you the end result and see what you think. Hang on a minute. So the end result is this. Go. So you can see ours was just red onion chutney jar. So there's our figurine, and there's a little glass pebble in there as well that the kids like the look of, and the glitter is in it too. So that's all fine. But the bit that I struggle with a little bit, I'm sure when I used to have snow globes, the glitter would fall to the bottom, not stick at the top. So I don't know whether what all these activities are showing me that I am not that good at crafting, or whether that's the way it should be. I'm not sure. I'd love to hear from you guys if you make this snow globe. As I say, it's really simple. Everything is readily available. And I would love to know whether your glitter sticks at the top as well, or whether it actually falls to the bottom, as I think it should. But yeah, I'd love to hear from you. Email me at annika@mummymadethis.co.uk. Look out for the blog on Wednesday evening. That will be released then, for the specific details of the recipe. And if you want to be part of that mailing list, by all means, sign up on my website, www.mummymadethis.co.uk, and then you will get that weekly message to your inbox, with the weekly blog posts that I now create on each of the videos that I've made each week as well. So I hope you enjoyed today. I hope it gave you some ideas for what to do this week, potentially with your children, gave you a little giggle if nothing else. And I hope you have an awesome rest of your week. Take care and see you next week. Bye.